Greetings, everybody, and welcome. Today marks the first webinar of CILT Next Generation Türkiye and Central Asia's webinar series, in which we aim to educate our viewers about specific subjects each time. While doing that, we will be inviting speakers that are entrepreneurs, leaders, and experts in the sector like our guests today. Our main target, as our name suggests, is the next generation that want to thrive in the sector, who needs guidance, education, experience, and vision. I am Mert Akyildiz, Chairperson of CILT Türkiye Next Generation, CILT Türkiye Board Member and Treasurer. On top of it, I'm the third generation of TGL Transtaş Global Logistics, a global freight forwarder company established on 1977. Our webinar will be based on question-answer style, where you can learn while enjoying a conversation. The topic of today's webinar is logistics hubs in world trade, importance of Turkey and Central Asia on this matter. But before we jump into the subject with our guests, I would like to give brief information about CILT Türkiye, as well as Next Generation Türkiye, as some of our viewers may not know a great deal about them and would like to learn more. CILT's roots dates back to 1919, which makes it a 105-year-old institution, currently in over 30 countries and with more than 30,000 members worldwide. We can summarize what we do as being the leading professional body for everyone who works in supply chain, logistics, and transport. This being said, we give education and consultancy to individuals, businesses, and even governments. Our standards are the backbone of today's supply chain, logistics, and transport that are recognized everywhere. We establish it by creating a strong model for growth based on regional development under these core 5 principles. First, embracing global leadership. We think and act as global leaders of our profession and our industry. 2, demonstrating professionalism. We set high standards in the logistics and transport arena, and we adhere to them. 3rd, encouraging diversity. We actively seek engagement from all in our industry, whatever their skill, age, gender, or nationality. 4th, being passionate. Our vibrant energy and progressive attitude are key in our drive for growth. And 5th, becoming a family. We are stronger together as a membership body and as leader in our industry. We act like a global family. Now, zooming in, CILT Türkiye was established on March 11th, 2022. However, VILAT, which is the women wing of CILT, was established even before that and currently achieving great accomplishments. Our board and our members consist of well-known academics and professionals from all the fields that engage with supply chain. Not only logistics and transport, but also law, insurance, entrepreneurship, and many more. And this is one of the features that makes us stand out in our local arena, because there is no other. Next Generation Türkiye, although being slightly a new establishment, we aim to educate, guide the students and young professionals in our local territory. We do that by analyzing the actual needs of these groups, educate them, give them hands-on experiences, and connect them globally like we are doing today. As I told you, we have entrepreneurs within our community, and speaking of, I would like to introduce our speaker from Turkey, Captain Ayse Basak. Captain Ayse Basak, co-founder and CEO of Shipsider, pioneers maritime innovation with AI technology. With over 12 years as sea and port captain, she brings valuable expertise to revolutionize commercial operations. Ayse's passion drives smart, sustainable solutions at Shipsider. Recognized for leadership, she is named top 10 women to watch in shipping and honored in 40 under 40 professionals list. A vocal advocate for digitalization and women empowerment at sea, Ayse's visionary leadership shapes the future of maritime operations, and we are really honored to have him on board with us. Now, before we start our conversation, I would like to invite Arailym, who is the Next Generation Central Asia Chairperson, to provide information for herself and CILT Next Generation International in depth.
Thank you very much, dear Mert, for your perfect presentation. Now I'm gonna make a presentation about the next generation and the next generation Central Asia. And now let me share my screen. Okay. So my name is Arailym Maratkyzy, and I am the regional chairperson for the next generation Central Asia and the Middle East. And it's my honor here today to see you all, our speakers and the participants of today's webinar. Thank you very much for your attention, for joining us today. Today, I'm going to talk about the next generation and the Central Asia. What is our goal? What is our the main thing that we are doing, and what is the next generation, to let you know about our community, our global family, let's say. And the next generation is the global community, which is uniting all the people, all the young people from 18 to up to 35 years old. And the CILT, on the basis of which the next generation is formed, is a leading professional body in England and the European countries in logistics, transport, and the comprehensive supply chain. In the past, it was in England, it was formed in England and the European countries, but now we have over 26 countries around the world, which is presenting the next generation. Next generation is formed within the framework of territorial representations and the branches of CILT. And for now, as I said, the next generation has branches in 26 countries around the world. Okay. So what is the main goal of the next generation in our community? Is the supporting young professional by integrating them with more experienced specialists, bringing them together and creating a platform for exchanging experiences, contributing to the development of younger generation, as well as providing opportunities for mentorship, networking, and professional development at the early stages of their careers. Developing young professionals in the field of logistics and opening up new career opportunities and bringing them together worldwide. So just want to let you know what is the structure of forming the next generation. We have our main branch in the UK, which was formed in UK at CILT International Council, it's IMC. And then we have branches all around the world. We are presenting the CILT in Central Asia. First, it was CILT Kazakhstan, but then in 2020, we have got the CILT Central Asia branch, and now we are coordinating the work and development of CILT, WILAT, and Next Generation in Central Asia. Next Generation Central Asia has its own two committees. It's Next Generation Central Asia Students Committee and the main committee. And each committee has their own council members. If each committee has 5 representatives, who's more active in the field of logistics and transport. Here you can see the Next Generation Steering Committee objectives is to attend the Next Generation meetings, to share the idea. Here we just discuss what is our idea for the future, what we can do for younger generation, and etc. And the Student Committee do the same, but for the students. Next Generation Central Asia for now has 4 directions. It's mentoring, membership, work with the universities, and the regular events that we are doing here in Central Asia. Here we can see how many mentoring programs, how many membership programs we have launched, and with how many universities we work. For now, we have 30 universities in Central Asia. We have already contributed with them, and we have organized over 10 offline events in Almaty, in Kazakhstan, in Bishkek, in other cities of the Central Asia, and we every month organize such events, and we try to do it every month. We have created the workshop program for the young professionals, for students and the young professionals of Central Asia. Here also you can see how many streams we had, how many participants participate the workshop program. It was during the COVID-19, so they are all wearing the mask. It was a very difficult time for all of us. So we have this program, which is called workshop program. We had 6 streams at all. We had the mentoring program. For now, we have 20 mentees. We have 30 mentors from Central Asia. We had 30 online meetings. We had 10 offline meetings, and now we are refreshing the mentoring sessions and the marketing. We are making the marketing work in social media as well. This year, we had a huge event for Central Asia. We had the Next Generation Central Asia Youth Forum 2024. The forum has made it clear to participants that IT technologies are playing an important role in development of transportation and logistics. So the future of industry is linked to the continuous development and implementation of new IT solutions that help achieve a more sustainable, efficient, and innovative logistics system. The forum was attended by over 100 participants from different cities and the countries, including not only students, but also young professionals under the age of 35 from various logistics companies. There was a video, I'm not sure that I can share it for you. We regularly go to the site tours to logistics hubs with our students. Next Generation Central Asia consistently organizes off-site events at major logistics hubs and the terminals for students and the young professionals in the logistics and transport sector. So here you can see the pictures of our young professionals attending at the site tours. We had the Business on the Move game, which was created by the CILT International, and we regularly play this game. It's very interesting. Thank you very much for your attention. It was my presentation just to let you know what is our organization, what we do, for who we do it, and just to let you know that here's a international huge organization which is open for everyone, no matter you're a man, you're a woman, and how old are you. This community, this family is for everyone who are interested in developing their skills and be joined in the CILT and in logistics and transport, and they can share their mind on this platform. Thank you very much for your attention. Now we go ahead. And as everybody knows, today's session is going to be the discussion. Now we're gonna ask the question to our speakers, and I just want to let our participants that you can ask your question as well. We will try to make this session interesting for you. We have some interesting and relevant questions for our speakers, and I hope to get the answers to our questions.
Thank you, Arailym, for this presentation. Now I would like to start with the questions. First, I would like to address some questions to Asli. Asli, welcome again. How do you perceive the importance of trade in Turkey and Kazakhstan, particularly in the context of regional economic growth and development? Can you please provide your insight about this?
Well, thank you, Mert, and hello everyone. And it's my great pleasure and to be here and give our insights. And it's amazing and to start point of next generation of CILT. Well, when I come to your question, and I see that good potential between both countries, as first, and because trade, it's serving as like a cornerstone and in all the economic development and between both countries in terms of logistics and innovation, and also in the other segments as well, like to commerce industry. And in the context of Turkey and Kazakhstan, and what I see that both nations and we are coming from boasting rich histories and in diverse economies, of course, and with a trade playing an important role in shaping the modern identities. From Turkey, and I can give with our unique position, and we are bridging the Europe and the Asia, and has been served more than several years, and in ancient history as well as a crucial trade hub and connecting the East and the West, and through the strategic location, it's really important, and along the historical trade routes. As similarly, and what I see, Kazakhstan is also coming into and in a big position, and with the abundant and the natural resources and the rapidly growing economy, and has been emerging as a key player in the Central Asia and trade landscape. So it's the relationship between both Turkey and Kazakhstan. It's like that. It's evidence of in our bilateral trades together, and we have a connection. We have a tie together, which will also continue to strengthen and in every year more. So fostering and closer economic cooperation and increasing the respective strengths in between both countries and both nations, and which it will increase the economic prospects and also contribute this significantly and to the regional stability and the prosperity. I can give a reply to your first question, Mert.
Great, thank you very much, Asli. You said the strategic location, and this is really important in our geography, thinking of Kazakhstan and Türkiye. So, considering this strategic location of the Caspian Sea, how do you envision its role in facilitating trade between Turkey and Kazakhstan, as well as other neighboring countries? Can you provide your insight related to this, please?
Yes, of course. Caspian Sea, it is called as like a sea of opportunity, and since over years, as we know that. And it has a great potential, and as a facilitator of trade between Turkey and Kazakhstan, of course, but as well as other neighboring countries and in the region. So it is the strategic location and across the roads and Europe and Asia, and it's like a natural gateway and for maritime trade as well. And beyond its geographic significance and Caspian Sea, it's like harboring vast energy reserves, as we know as the first, and enhancing every day more its role in the economic activity. As such, the Caspian Sea it presents like a big kind of opportunities for trade expansion and infrastructure development, and ranging from the different development port facilities, for example, and in the implementation of the multimodal transportation networks by the connection. And what I can say that, and to summarize it in more briefly, like export of oil and gas, and the strategic location, and also in the ports like Akto, for example, and in the structure of diverse and cargo handling opportunities in the region, and transit trade and the transshipment opportunities, and creates a big economic impact and in the diversity of the region. And when I also see in terms of the international cooperation, maritime transportation in the Caspian Sea, it's involves a coordination among the different kind of countries like Azerbaijan and Iran, Russia, and the Turkmenistan, including Kazakhstan, of course. It is like a big hub and between all the countries. So it is a collaborative effort, and I see a good effort over here, and to ensuring all the safe navigation, and protecting the environment, and promoting more sustainable development and of the overall Caspian Sea resources.
Great, thank you very much. That's really explanatory information related to the Caspian Sea and how it affects all the countries nearby, especially Turkey and Kazakhstan. Arailym, would you like to continue?
Yeah, and thank you very much, Ayse, for your perfect answer and your explanation. I wanna, before I start asking the question, I wanna present our speaker from Kazakhstan, who is Balzhan Myrzakhmet. Balzhan is an experienced representative specialist working in logistics sector. She has an experience from 2007 in logistics, started from air freight manager, then transferred as multifunctional operations, worked with such clients as Maersk, New York, Calvin Klein, Talgo, Baker Hughes, Mondelez, Leroy Merlin, Johnson & Johnson, L'Oreal, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Moncler, and others. Previous place of work was FM Logistics for almost 6 years. And the last 3 years, she was at position of operational manager. As relevant post-university degrees is a FIATA diploma in freight forwarding, international freight, and a FIATA higher diploma of supply chain. She has joined the Maersk in 1st of December in 2022. And from January 2024, she is honored to be an external expert of the CILT Central Asia. And we are very happy for that, for having Balzhan in our expert list of experts. Thank you very much. Balzhan, now I'm gonna ask you the question from our side. I think this question is going to be very interesting for our participants. The first question is, what significance and the role do you perceive between Kazakhstan and Turkey in the field of logistics and transportation on the global stage?
Hello, everyone, and nice to meet you. For me, it's the first experience, and I'm thrilled to be with you in this session. I think that this is very important, what you are creating as for a next generation. And I believe that our freshmen in logistics, they need a lot of information to get, and information is changing very quickly. About the question, Arailym, thanks a lot. Kazakhstan and Turkey have the potential to be significant players in the market of logistics. And for this, we have several reasons. And the first one is geographical. As Ayse said already, that yes, Kazakhstan, we are in the heart of Eurasia, and it's also historical that Kazakhstan was on the way of Silk Road, and logistics, which started from this moment, is still with us. Now we have more potential because due to some reasons in the world politics, our middle corridor became more strong, and we became more for transit cargoes from China to Europe. And about Turkey, yes, and Ayse also said my idea and my view of Turkey. Turkey is amazing in the part of transporting the cargo, because yes, Ayse mentioned that Turkey is bridging Europe and Asia, and Turkey has the major ports on the Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea, and these allow sufficient maritime connections and acts as a gateway between land and sea routes. This was about the geographic advantage, and also we, as I see, there is a reason of infrastructure development, because as Kazakhstan, we are now putting a lot and heavily investing in making and creating Kazakhstan as a hub for transit cargoes, and not only, and we are including the expansion of railway, of creating the new industrial areas, and we before had a lack of good warehouses. Now this is the way we are going to work for the next maybe 2 years, because we are having now the industrial areas, and we are having the governmental orders for the good industrial areas with the best warehouses, A+ class. And for the side of Turkey, as I see that Turkey boasts a well-developed transportation network with the modern highways, with good infrastructures at ports. And I see the growing aviation. By the way, about the aviation, as you know, we have a lot of cargoes which are small but very expensive, and usually we need them very fast. And the mostly used for us is Turkish Airlines, who are providing to us cargo planes, and have a good service, and the schedule is very good. So I see how aviation is also becoming stronger to Kazakhstan and in Turkey also. And we have a good collaboration potential between Turkey and Kazakhstan. As you know, we are all part of Trans-Caspian International Transport Corridor, which is called TR. And this is giving a big opportunity for the cargoes which are going from China to Europe. And as you know, now we have this middle corridor, and from China to Poti Port, it is already 18 days of rail delivery. Then we have just 2-3 days until Amberley Port, and from Amberley Port, as you know, a lot of cargoes going to Europe. So it's a good connection, as I see.
Thank you very much, Balzhan. I fully support and agree with you that Kazakhstan is the hub for international market, and that there are so many opportunities that we can use, then we can expand for development of the logistics and transport in Kazakhstan, and especially with Turkey, of course. And continuing on this context, there is one more question. Maybe some of you knows that on May 1st, 2024, the ambassador of Kazakhstan to Turkey, Erkebulan Zakiyev, met with the Minister of Trade of the Republic of Turkey, Ömer Bolat. During the meeting, issues related to expanding cooperation in the field of trade between two countries were discussed. And the Turkish side also touched upon the topics such as diversification of goods and the development of trade corridors. In your opinion, what new trade corridors could be developed, and what opportunities would this provide to international trade market?
It's a good question. As you know, now we are expanding a middle corridor, and this new route gives a good opportunity not to look to the previous what was used, southern and northern corridors. And this is for some shipments, this shortens the time period, and we are expanding this middle corridor by investing into Aktau port. And you know that for now, we are not that good because we were not ready for such a big volume of the shipments coming and cargo passing through us and coming to us. And now EBRD is working with Aktau port for the expansion and for bringing more and making more good service from Aktau port to the companies who are making the transit through us and who are importing and exporting also. We are extending the capacity and efficiency of the route of this middle corridor. And I think that this route is the main one, which I'm sure that the talk was about this middle corridor, because for now, we have an opportunity to use not only Kazakhstan as a transit, but also Turkmenistan as a transit way of a new transit way. But for now, the most open and most ready is middle corridor. So this will help a lot. And if we are getting in Aktau port, in Kurik port, better service and better capacity of these ports, this will shorten the transit time. This will we will escape of reloadings and using the same, for example, trucks. As you know, we are using ferries now, and sometimes we are having the problems with the Baku part because of the weather, because of the queues. This will help to release a little bit this tension, which is now we are having for the moment.
Thank you, Balzhan. Yes, you mentioned that the developing of the middle corridor is a key factor in expanding of Kazakhstan's economy and that of Central Asia. And most of our experts, I think, will support this opinion too. And we regularly meet with this general director of this Trans-Caspian International Transport Road, TITR, as everybody knows, International Association. And he's also mentions that the middle corridor opens new opportunities, new directions for the Kazakhstan and other countries. And now it's time to use it in all perspectives. So thank you very much for once again mentioning that. Now, I want to give you the turn, Mert.
Thank you, Arailym and Balzhan, for this great explanation, focusing on the importance of our countries, especially in the middle corridor, where I think the future lies. and combining it with Aslı's expertise, I would like to address a question to Aslı again. Aslı, what are the key maritime specific infrastructure needs in Turkey and Kazakhstan to enhance trade routes, like they just talked, and connectivity within these regions?
Thank you, Mark, for the question. I totally agree with Balzhan and Arailym about this topic. I will give some insights about the maritime transportation side and what we have faced in our experience, especially in terms of operations. I see a good potential over here because it is all, especially after the situation between the area, and we see a huge increase on the transportation demand and in the region between Akto and the Baku ports. What I have seen, and it's actually most of them the energy transportation by the sea. As we know, as everybody knows, that the sea is a sea transportation and is the cheapest method. Still, it's the cheapest one, and it gives more connectivity. And if we invest in more port infrastructure. As per my experience, and especially for the last 3 and 4 years, and what we have seen, as you know, the sea connection to Akto port and Kazakhstan and in Caspian Sea is mostly Volga-Don River in the region, but there is a big draft limitation. So what is draft? I can say that draft is the depth of the vessels, depth of the ships. So there is a limitation, and so what I have seen that especially the vessels, but we need greater tonnage to transport by the ships in the region between Akto or Baku ports in the Caspian Sea region. We have seen that it is impossible and to pass that ships and through the canal and to make it a good transportation in the area. And so we have seen a huge demand in the shipyards in Baku and Azerbaijan and to retrofit the vessels. And then after to become ready for transportation between Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan in the region, in Caspian Sea. So it's actually like a good opportunity. And what I have seen as well, and the vessels are passing in Volga Channel as like a shell position. It's the shell position. So without retrofits and without any kind of because of the depth restrictions. So there is a good opportunity over here because in Turkey and in Turkish shipyards as well, we have a good know-how and how to retrofit such vessels. And in maritime aspects, we see a good opportunity and we see a good demand and on increasing the tonnage between Caspian Sea and starting from Akto port actually. And so it is kind of a good opportunity for all the maritime companies as well. And so I know that it is really, really difficult to make a retrofit for that vessel because we are talking about the tankers or we are talking about the dry bulk vessels and more than 50K that way tons. So, and when we consider about the big tonnage, yes, it is a little bit much more difficult and to give that know-how. But luckily in Turkey, we have it. And so we are also ready to give that knowledge and how we can develop that infrastructure in terms of the maritime landscape. And with our shipyards and with our knowledge with the engineers and everything, all the know-how and about the operations, because they are really specific. You have to hire tugboats and for carrying that vessels and to make it ready for a shipment. So what I see so these actually like an opportunity, and yes, we have restrictions. And in maritime, and it's all the geographical restrictions and it's the physical restrictions that we have, but it's another side and it's a good opportunity and for the development of the both countries and to create a new trade route between both countries as we can consider Turkey is like a transit port into Akto in terms of the maritime. But of course, and I'm not a road transportation or the other transportation expert, but in maritime landscape, I can give such an insight and hope that can be useful.
That's actually a great comment. Like, this seems to be a great problem right now, considering that we want to develop more businesses together between these two geographies. And this is something to be considered as a priority, I think. And while talking about the vessels, you also talked about the ports. So, considering this, what are the challenges and opportunities associated with the development of new ports in Turkey and Kazakhstan, and how can they contribute to the efficiency and the competitiveness of trade routes in this region?
Well, to add some points about the ports as well, and to your question, Mark, we have to focus on the development of the new ports at first, and between Turkey and Kazakhstan as such important points, and to make it more multimodal because it's all the challenges and opportunities, and we have to reflect the complexities and the inherent in infrastructure projects, and such as scale and the significance in terms of logistics. On one hand, and the challenges such as the environment regulations and the land acquisition and the financing constraints that we have also, and it can give some obstacles and to the port development initiatives in the region. But these challenges will require careful navigation and collaboration among government agencies. I think that the governments here to make it more sustainable and to make it more all the port infrastructure, you have to put a lot of money and a lot of finances and to develop that. And I think the crucial role is about the governments and how they support and how they can give initiatives and to the port developments to create new hubs around the countries. And on the other hand, and the development of the new ports, and it's like the yes, of course, it helps the trade connectivity, and because and also it helps the economic development as well, and it is also creating like a new employment opportunities and for the people. For also it helps the local population and for economic development and like GDPs and by if we strategically position ourselves and to open new ports or give initiatives, and along the new trade routes will be open, as like that I gave example, and from maritime aspect between Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan in Caspian Sea. And we also see a good opportunity over here because of the multimodal, and if we connect it with multimodal and the road transportation or the rail transportation, and it also gives an opportunity and to opening point and to the other countries in the region. Now currently Turkey and Iraq is currently they are deeply trying to create a trade route over there in the region, and so that will be a good opportunity, and from starting point from Central Asia, and to be an opening point and to the world. And if we put the correct ports, and if we geographically strategically put the correct ports in the infrastructure over there, because it is it's about the also creating the trade routes. It's about the emerging technologies and the efficiency also gains, and so it will be more positioning in the marketplace.
I strongly agree with what you said. And also you mentioned that like logistics, when you think of logistics, you cannot think of only one mode. Like you should consider the air freight, road freight, sea freight, and other types of rail freight and other types of modes. as you mentioned, and you mentioned of multimodal transportation in this scenario, and how it benefits the corridor that is always being built day after day. But also adding more modes can also lessen the importance of other modes as well. So do you think that having other modes entering to this area, will it affect the maritime operations in a positive or negative way? You mentioned it a bit, but can you explain it a lot, or do you have anything to add to it?
Well, yes, I can add some points. It is actually, we know that while the maritime transportation remains like a big, cornerstone of the global trade, as I said before, but the emergence of the alternative modes and of the transport, such as rail and the road, and it gives more opportunities and for the connectivity. And I see that it is much more in the positive aspects. What I see, but for the negativity side, maybe we can have some challenges and for providing that connections. And most of the problem, I think, that between the some of the situational problems or like the infrastructure problems that we can have. I don't want to enter into politics situation, but it has changed every day, and so it affects our jobs every day. So, and when we consider about this kind of connectivity, we have to consider the political situation as first, and to make it more understandable and more effective for our companies as well. And and like the advancements in the intermodal transportation and with the technologies, and it will give an integration and between different modes of transport. And it will also give an opportunity for all the supply chain resilience and the flexibility together. And also we see a competition and from alternative models of the transport, and it gives a pressure on maritime operators and to innovate and differentiate their services. Sometimes, the sea freight rates gives a huge high, and for example, 2 years ago, it was during the pandemic, and we had a huge increase over there. And so if we give an opportunity to the other transportation types as well, and to put an infrastructure, and we will be having a more stable economy and for all the kinds of the freight. Yeah, I think I can add this more about that.
Thank you very much. So you're saying it's mutual beneficial, and but there can be some competition as well inside it. But I think it will affect the global economy in a better way to have more modes connecting to each other. As you said, there may be a problem with the connections, but at the end, it will make it will create routes that has more alternatives and maybe less problems at the long run. So, Arailym, would you like to take it away for your questions?
Thank you very much. My question is connected with your question. The cooperation, now we are saying that the cooperation between Kazakhstan and Turkey in the field of logistics holds the significant importance on the global stage. Both of the countries are key transportation hubs intersecting the numerous international trade routes. And Kazakhstan, which is situated in the heart of Eurasia, serves as a critical transit corridor for goods traveling between Asia and Europe. Turkey, in turn, acts as a bridge between Europe and Asia, providing access to maritime routes in the Mediterranean and the Black Seas. But now we have the other side of the situation, the negative side, which cannot be avoided, I think. Sometimes, unfortunately, we cannot avoid the existing difficulties in cargo transportation, and there are delays. This is not only related to Turkey and Kazakhstan, but generally in the sector. No matter how much we try to avoid it, we all know the rule of 7R, the right, product in the right time at the right place, and many companies companies are trying to strive for it. So here's a question from my side to Balzhan. What significant factors are most often the cause of delays and untimely delivery of goods from Turkey to Kazakhstan, and from other countries to Kazakhstan, maybe from other countries to Turkey? And how can we be better avoided of this situation?
Thanks a lot, Arailym, for the question. I think that this is a pain of all the logistic companies, and for all companies who are importers and who are exporters, because the problem is not just with logistic part, but is the problem with the shippers and consignees. Mostly what I faced in all my practice, and what I see even now, when I started to work more with the Ambarli port, I see that we have several points of these delays, and one point is which is not about the human resources, is about the weather. We have sometimes the weather problems which cause some delays, and we can't handle it. We can't do anything. We just have to wait sometimes. We have political and the situation in the world, which we also can't do anything. We just should wait. But from the part of the logistic people, we should learn how to provide information correctly to keep clients calm, to be confident that yes, we are facing problems about the weather, about the situation in the world, but everything is resolvable, and it will be done in this and this time. So this is quite a good skill for logistic people to explain and to calm down the client or the consignee of the cargo. The second part, which is the biggest pain of logistic companies, is the problems with documents from the shippers, which can be, especially in transit ports, when we are waiting for translations of documents, when the consignee or shipper, whoever, should provide the breakdown of the weights, and for transit ports is very important, and I think that all logistic people know this, and this is the problem which we also should teach our new generation of logistic people, and they should teach their clients how to handle the documents, how to prepare everything, how to do beforehand, not at the moment when, for example, ship came already, or the train came to the border, or car is waiting at the border of the translation. So this is the problem from this part. Also, we have a problem at the transit ports, transit cross borders also, because of the queues. Because of the facilities about the road, that not always we are in time with the transit time, because of the that there are no platforms, which is a problem for lots of countries, not only in Kazakhstan, not only in Central Asia, but lots of this negative part of not having everything ready for transporting the cargo. So this is what should be solved by a government of all the countries, and the procedures. This is also the big problem: the procedures, the customs procedures at transit and when we are making import, because not everywhere, and I can say about Kazakhstan part also, not everywhere everything is digitalized. I know a very good experience from the Georgia part, I think that lots of you know that in Georgia, everything is digitalized. And even in 2 days before cargo is coming, they have a program that you are just entering, it takes 5 minutes to fill in the documents and to send it in an electronic version. And by the time in 2 days when cargo is coming, the transit declaration is already ready. But for I know that maybe Ayse can add also, and I will appreciate, because I am looking at this situation from my side, not from inside, but maybe you can also add to this about the transit service transit declarations in Turkey. I know that there are some rules, specific rules for Turkey, that transit declaration should be done just if the cargo has the documents has the mentioning of the Turkey company, if it is right, yeah? So this is also creating some delays. It's not a crucial problem, but it causes sometimes. And the queues at the ports also. And these delays, they also create this, the damage and detention, because in ports, what should be done, as I think, in an ideal picture, is to have some free time at transit ports for making the transit declarations. But as I know, not all ports are giving us now the time for transit declaration. And we are facing this, and we know about these delays which are happening because the stock is bigger in the ports than the transit ships can take. So this is also the problem, the one more problem of the ports. I think that, yes, these are the main causes of the delays of the cargo transporting.
Thank you very much, Balzhan, and really hope that we really hope for a reduction of the delivery delays. Sometimes the situation is beyond our control due to the weather and the other issues. It's important to be honest with the client and openly discuss the risks. At the same time, we hope that the future logistic specialists will be as flexible and proficient in IT sector, in digitalization, as you are and your company, and will follow in the footsteps of major companies, which is reaching the new and huge levels in logistics sector. Now you just mentioned that about your company, and here I would like to know, could you please explain how your company, Maersk, and we all know that the Maersk is one of the biggest, the leaders of the sector, and how your company personally works with Turkey, and in which directions, and what are the prospects of working with Turkey, especially for your company?
Thank you for the question. And, for the moment, I do understand and I do admit that Maersk is a significant company and has a significant role also in shipping, but not only in maritime. As you know, we became a global containerizer. That's why Maersk decided to open office in Central Asia. About Turkey, for this year and a half, I see all the routes which I'm checking, they're going through Amberley. And this, what is real, I'm checking from Brazil, everything is going to Amberley. And from Amberley, we are going to Poti, and from Poti, we are going to Kazakhstan by rail. We are making multimodal service. And our office in Maersk was established in 1993, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And we have huge expertise in lots of situations that can be in so many years of providing the service to clients. We have air, we have shipping, we have road transportation, we have train transport, railroad transportation, and we are working a lot. As Kazakh office, I can say that we from all over the world. If you take from Europe and you are going to see the routing, everything will go from Bremerhaven will go to Amberley. From Amberley, then it will come to the middle corridor. From Brazil is coming also to Amberley. From Amberley is going to middle corridor. And we are using a lot. And Maersk as a office in Turkey, we are represented, as you know, in a very big team and qualified team in different areas. We are divided to product team, to operations team, to sales team. So we are working a lot, and now we see the demand of expert service on trucks to Turkey. And also we see that we can make the multimodal service with better prices sometimes, which you know is also not created by us, but by the cost of fuel and everything, and the situation in the world also. So we are working a lot. We are working a lot as Maersk with the Kazakhstan, with the Turkey team. We're working a lot.
Thank you very much, Balzhan. And we wish you further development for your company and the provision of opportunities for the younger generation as well, to give them opportunity to work in such huge leading companies such as Maersk. After all, the experience the student or young professional can get from the Maersk is simply invaluable. We also wish for further strengthening of relations of your company and the Turkey in logistics. And we are very happy to hear that your collaboration and the cooperation with Turkey is very good for now. Now I'm gonna give it a turn, Mert.
Okay. Thank you, Balzhan, for this great insight. Really, especially coming from Maersk. We know how they operate and how they care about logistics and all of its parts, as well as the digitalization of it. You talked about how digital transformation can amend the problems in the sector, especially the waiting times, the delays and everything. And considering that and seeing Asli here, who is an entrepreneur in digital business, who launched a great company, I would like to ask you a question, Asli. So what role do you see digitalization and technology playing in the future of trade routes and infrastructure development in Turkey and Kazakhstan? And how can young professionals leverage these advancements to drive positive change? Can you please provide your insights related to this?
Yes, of course, Mert, and Balzhan, there you get great insights, especially touching on the demurrage. What we are, because that is the part of that what we are building in the innovation side and with our technology, new technology. On how we have started, and first I would like to give some information about what we are doing with Shipsider, and we are focusing on digitizing all the maritime operations like freight calculations and the demurrage and putting the AI technology over there, because we have the technology already. As you know, yesterday and previous day we had got a disruptive news that ChatGPT 4.0, and it was launched, you know, everybody knows that. And every day the AI is becoming more and more fast, and it is like becoming like a human actually. And so But in all the logistics industry, what I have seen that we are coming at least 10 years behind and 10 years back, and we are still paying big portion of the demerits, and as like sometimes it is coming like a freight and the total freight and even and in the big shipments that we do in worldwide. So in both countries, I can say that we have a good potential, and because we can test it more easily and between both countries. So that's why, and we are with our company, in tech company, and the representatives and the professionals like us that and who has a good knowledge in the operations and who have done this job, exactly done this job and giving insights and giving all the know-how to the technology and development of this industry. So I find it very, very important as first. And we are building an AI bot and for demerits, and that you can easily track in real time aspect that and how many days your vessel can stay at that port and or how much demurrage that or dispatch that you have to pay and in terms of that shipment. So we are trying to build that. Of course, it is not easy. The technology side, it's not easy because first we have to collect the data but most of the companies, especially the middle size and the small size of the logistics companies, and they don't have the digitalization still, and they have Excel sheets and doing everything in operation over there. So first we have to build an infrastructure and to get the correct data over there and to build that. We still have time to build that, but we have started because technology is right there. Just we have to combine our know-how and in the operations and how is the demurrage is calculated on daily basis, like how we provide the timesheets that we can integrate and turn into them into technology. So we see a good opportunity over here, and that's why the young people like us and who I'm a Generation Y. And the people like us that we are more confident on using the technologies in our daily businesses and daily operations. So I find it very, very useful, and for the young generation and to young generations inclusion into technology space. And what I suggested to do both companies in Kazakhstan and Turkey, please digitize your operations in every kind of aspect, because it means money, it means saving. And what I have seen, really, we can save almost, for example, 2 million of demerits in a year. And we have analyzed it in our different companies, and we have tested it, of course. So, and if we use the new technologies, yes, you can save more money and you don't have to pay more freight than for your shipments. So it is kind of a good opportunity, and find that talents and find that talents in your company, and it doesn't matter actually. Find that a person that who knows the technology and who uses that well, and put your vision over there. Just I can recommend that.
Like, this is really new generation, next generation topic. And thank you for your insights. And you see a problem. The technology means for me is seeing a problem and developing a solution that benefits all parties related to that. So there's a problem with demurrage. If technology can solve it, we should do it. And you are one of the people that does it. Thank you very much for that. And I also have one last question to you regarding CILT. So how can organizations like CILT support and empower young executives to become leaders in maritime industry and drive meaningful progress in enhancing trade routes and infrastructure in Turkey and Kazakhstan?
Well, to sum up everything, I think that it's all we have to think collectively for our industries. So I see that it is very, very important in terms of the young generation, because we will make it in a very short feature, and we will, we are representing our companies right now, and we have experience. Not much experience, of course, but more than 10 years experience that then catching the technology. So I find it very useful to interact between our organization and the CILT. And when we interact more, and we will learn from each other more, and we will build in a diverse way. And because we have different experiences, and when we share our experiences like that, some of us that are using the technology, some of us that are using different kind of, and they have an experience. So when we interact each other more as the young professionals, so we will build a more sustainable and future for ourselves, because we're in the next 10 and 20 years, and we will be putting our whole logistics industry into some place and in the future. And so we will build it. So we keep it's a really crucial role that in the young generation interaction and network over there, and to learn from each other's experiences. Because I always say that, and there's a good saying that, and we don't have too much time and to learn from our own experiences, and we have to listen ours as well, and also from our seniors. And so it's really important over there. And so thanks to and over that, and so from our mentors, so we have a really good under the CILT, and we have good different working groups. And so let's get and interact with them, like getting mentorships from our seniors and from logistics industry, and to learn from them, to get network. We will be doing business together. And so that's a part of good opportunity for us to get involved in inclusion and the diversity.
That sums up all the responsibility that we have as next generation. Definitely, today's world is really fast and very innovative. So by collaborating all of us together, regardless the age, the gender, or anything, we should be together, and we should pave the way for a better future, both in the sector and all the sectors that relate to this logistics and transport sector, definitely. Thank you very much, Asli. Now, Arailym, would you like to take it away?
Yes, and the last question from my side, the Balzhan, is the same question. Here I want to mention that Balzhan previously attended the CILT forum in Almaty, and she knows how the CILT and next generation events are organized. And how do you believe such organizations can impact the professional development of individuals in logistics and transportation sector?
CILT is making a significant impact in this, and yes, this forum was amazing. Let me tell my opinion from my side as a logistics person. It was amazing because the first one is that you are giving the opportunity to companies to create a new network, to start talking to each other. And in these talks, usually we are sharing some problems, some issues which we are facing. At this moment, we are generating some ideas and insights how to solve, how we can see. And this is a significant impact in the work of logistic people. And also it's a knowledge sharing with the next generation, with the new generation. And for me, this is very important because as a director, as an employee, I saw a lot. We made a lot of interviews when we were looking for managers, sales representatives, all this kind of people in the company. And I saw that the first is that when as Ayse said, that experience is, we have no time to make an experience, and new generation which is coming, they just simply haven't had no experience. And at these kind of forums we share, and the people who want, they see and they get all the information and they use in their work. The second is that as I'm saying, logistic is a very specific work, yeah? So if you are working in it and you love it, you will stay forever in logistics. But if you are a little bit coward, or it is not interesting to you, or you don't want to give your time in logistics, because logistics is 24/7, we should admit it. People are running, and sometimes the new generation, when they are facing some problems, the first delay, the first complaining client, they are running from logistics. But these forums, they give the interest, they open how you can solve some problems, they just simply give you the new breath in the work. And when you are already down and thinking that, oh, everything is so bad, we have delays in transit time, or we lost something, or something is broken and it's so hard to solve, when you meet people who know, who already faced, and you can use their experience, you are getting this information, you are becoming more confident, you are becoming more interested. So I think that this forum, even for me, this forum created a new connections, which were very needed to me. And when I was looking to the program of forum, I saw, oh, it's so good, because in usual life, not always you can connect some people. But at this forum, you have a brilliant possibility to meet such people and to create new connections and network for the work we are doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think really now next generation and CILT and VLAD, we have the same goal. We have to give the younger generation this platform to let them develop their professional skills and to be attended in the logistics sector. So thank you very much. That's the platform which is created by CILT, by the CILT family all around the world. And now we are very happy to hear such opinion from your side. So now I think it's time to ask questions, to get the questions from the audience. So if the participants have the questions, it's time to ask them to our speakers.
I think Mr. Javit Uğur had a question.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the question that comes from him. Dear Ayse and Balzhan, you mentioned about Middle Corridor and the ports. I want to get your additional thoughts. What do you think about how the Belt and Road Initiative of China will affect Kazakhstan, Türkiye, and other Central Asia and neighboring countries in the future? What kind of fundamental changes in the logistics, meaning road, rail, ocean, and ports, might be expected in the coming decades due to Belt and Road Initiative? This question came from Javit Uğur, and I think it was directed to both Asli, Ayse, and Balzhan.
Ayse, go first.
Okay, because my expertise is maritime and I can give insights. So a very good question, Mr. Javit. So thank you very much for the question. In terms of the maritime, we see a connection between the ports, like the new trade routes, and especially after the there is a big Arctic routes as well, and in that region. So every day it is changing, and I know that there are very, very good experts now listening, like Professor Burcu and Özgün, and they know better than the climate change, and so it affects the trade routes. So in maritime side, that if we set up the hub ports in the region, of course there will be a good opportunity and for all the development of the infrastructure between all the maritime transportation aspects. And of course, there will be some new trade routes and in the shipping side, if we connect it more with the railroad and so on. But in short future, of course, I think that it will affect in the global economy. And because what I have seen that in the maritime transportation side as well, and especially after the situation in the Suez Canal and the Red Sea and the trade routes, so it is changing every day more. And so we have to find new trade routes for the shipping too. And because of all the political situations, and it creates new challenges and with all our trade shipments, and as we are carrying it more than 90% in the maritime transportation. So we have to focus to find new trade routes because the trade is always there and the global trade is going on and the shipments are going on, even there are some political situations and so on. So I think that, and it is changing more to the Central Asia and to the Middle East and also to the Asia directly. And it also depends on the economical and its status of the Europe as well. And so I think the trade routes are shifting and to do more eastern side. And so what I have seen as a potential, I hope this is clear to make it. And Balzhan, you can give your great insight then about the road transportation as well.
Yes, as I see how it will impact to Kazakhstan, Turkey, and Central Asia at all, it will boost. I am sure it will boost. It will make our countries to make better the roads. This is the first one, because for us is the pain. The roads are not very good and not very convenient for going by trucks. For rail, it will also, I think that we as Kazakhstan, we have now a way and the aim to make Kazakhstan as a hub and to create very good conditions for transporting the cargo. And this will boost us to start and to make the new environment for the transportation. And from the financial part, this will give to Kazakhstan, to Central Asia, a very good opportunity to become more strong from the financial part also. So yes, I think that this is the impact of this Belt and Road China initiative for our countries.
Yes, I strongly agree to both Ayse and Balzhan. Is there any other questions from the audience?
Yeah, I want to remind that if you want to ask a question, it's enough to turn on your video, turn off the microphone, and sound your question. Okay, before we get the questions, I see some representatives of the CILT and national team here, and we are very happy to have you here today. And Mr. Fimbor Clearly and Usman Schwaibu, you're very welcome. If you want to say a few words, you are very welcome. We'll be happy to hear to you. Oh, okay.
I think you can turn the microphone on right now.
Okay, back in action again. Thanks, Mert. Very, very interesting to hear what's happening in Central Asia, let's put it like that, and Turkey. It's not an area that, I suppose, from my side of the world, we know much about, but it still affects the transit from China and the transit from I suppose, Central Asia to Ireland and to the Europe as well. So very interesting to hear that. The technology side of it, yes, I agree. We have a long ways to go. And thank you for considering our the old guys and how different as well. We have a bit of experience to bring to the show, and it's a mixture between experience and you guys who are more IT savvy. Let's put it like that. But there's a big difference between digitization and digitalization. And I think the industry is still struggling with the difference between both. And you know, as Balzhan was saying about all the delays, and as he was talking about the demurrage side of it, the end result of all that is whoever is paying the freight or the end customer has to end up putting their hand in their pocket to pay for all these delays. But sometimes I would feel the people, the industry in the middle is gaining from delays. So it's not as urgent for them as it is for the exporter or the importer. So we have to find a way of the exporter giving the proper information, customs forwarder or to the shipping company, that when it comes to the border, you have the correct information, there's no delays, and education and training will be is a major part of this. And maybe as a CILT, and we have to focus in more on that education side of it, of the supply chain, especially on paper, on the paperwork, as we call it, and stop the delays out and stop the demurrage that's being caused for the exporter and also the importer, and whoever is paying along the way. Everybody is being affected, and services and the industry is being affected because it's getting a bad reputation for stuff being late, and or there's extra cost being added on at the end of the day. So this is, I think, focus on I suppose, the training, the education, and the experience, and then new IT solutions. How to get everything together is a fantastic challenge for you guys. And hopefully you will be successful. Thanks, and thanks again for giving me the opportunity to speak, and it's great to listen.
Thank you, Finbar. Usman, I'm adding Usman. Hello, Usman. Can you turn your microphone? Does it allow you to do that?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so good morning from this part of the world, and thank you for organizing this big webinar. It's quite very impactful and very exciting, the information you've shared. I must commend yourself and Arailym for putting this webinar together, and the experts, panelists, this platform. It's really quite enriching. I get to learn a lot, even though I joined a bit late, but I could not have missed this particular webinar. It's so great, and it is well informative, and we have very excellent speakers with very rich experience, and I'm so delighted we're able to organize this great webinar. So mine is just to congratulate you and thank you for putting this together, and I pray that we sustain such this effort and more of this will come in. Thank you.
Thank you, Usman, our chairman of CILT Next Generation International, and Finbar for your great comments and always supporting us on our journey. Thank you very much. If there is no other question, we can end this webinar if everyone agrees.
Yeah, we've got one more question. I think it's the last question. Here's a question from Alia. He's asking a question to Balzhan. Balzhan, thanks for your answers. I am a student, and is it possible to work in Maersk for young professionals? Or maybe there are some internship programs at Maersk. Yeah, the microphone is turned off. Oh, okay.
You cannot turn it on. Just a second. Can you try again?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay now because I was, yes, I was trying. For Aliyah, I can say that on Mars.com, there is a part for those who want to work in Mars, and you can always apply there, and even for internship also. So you can go to Mars.com and see all the information there.
Okay, nice.
All right, I think that was it. If anyone has more questions, they can raise their hand. Let's wait for a few seconds.
Yeah, I just want to remind that we are connected. We are one team. CILT is a big family. So if you have any questions, if you want to be connected with one of our experts or speakers, we are always open for you. It's just all needed is your interest, your inspiration to be developed. And there is a big platform, big family named CILT for you here. And we are very happy to have all of you today. Thank you very much for your interest, for joining us today. That's not the last webinar for us. We are planning go ahead and have other meetings, webinars, panel sessions, the roundtables with our representatives and the branches from other countries, the CILT and Next Generation branches. So I think this first webinar with CILT Turkiye was very interesting. Thank you very much, Mert and Ayse and Balzhan, for joining us today, for your time, for your experience. We really appreciate it. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much for
see us.
organizing. Yeah, it was very nice to meet you, Ayse. You are having a lot of experience, and you can share. I see that even me myself, may I write you some questions?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much to all of the for this organization and the good moderating as well, Mert, and
Arailym.
Arailym. And so it's really amazing. So and let's keep in touch, and I will be more than happy and to respond all the questions about the maritime matters, of course. And so it's amazing. Thank you.
Digitalizing also.
Yes.
I think that
Always
we
here.
can
No
share
problem.
some. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Thank you, our speakers and Arailym. I think this was a great webinar where we started a good journey, and we will educate and inform our youth related to today's businesses, how logistics is affecting, and how our geographies. Today it was related to cooperation between two countries. And I think a lot of our speakers learned much in both more detailed and more of a future, how the vision is in these geographies related to logistics sector. Thank you again for this attending to this webinar, and hope to see you in other webinars related to other subjects that will give you more insight in our sector.
Thank you, Mert.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.